Are you good enough to be an artist, a professional artist? I hear this question, and it's filled with anxiety, So there's so many ways of unpacking that question, and the first thing that comes to mind is like it's the wrong question. But let's go with it. Let's go with it for a minute. What does it take to be a professional artist? There's skill, right? So have you developed the skill? Have you developed your craft well enough so that you're ready to embark on a professional career as an artist? There's design. Have you developed your vocabulary, your visual way of thinking? Have you studied design? Like in your field, have you developed enough of a sense of making something that feels really rich? Because there's things to learn there too. Neither one of those are something about who you are. They're about what skills have you developed. And yeah, it takes skills. It takes doing that work. Once you've got that, are you coming up with something interesting in your work? Concept. Yeah, that's a big one. And to me, concept emerges out of the process of making. So it's not about are you good enough? It's about are you doing the work? Are you engaged in it in a deep enough way so that you're discovering something interesting? And it's not about whether somebody else, some professional arbiter, thinks that you're coming up with some concept that's interesting. It's about, is it compelling to you? Because as artists, that's what we do. We let it emerge from us. I think of it as actually channeling something much bigger than us. And it's not your job to figure out whether the culture is going to say it's good or not. It's your job to figure out whether it's compelling to you, interesting to you, beautiful to you, whether it has substance to you. And then you put it out into the world. So are you good enough? Those three things are about your commitment to it, putting in the work. There's another piece, though, because being an artist, a professional artist, is being an artist, but it's also being an entrepreneur. You got to have a business. And there's so many ways of doing the business of art, right? It's not about pushing yourself into something that you can't stand. And it's not about saying, do I love business? Because most of us, if what we're doing, what we care about is the deep work, is the what's powerful that's emerging from me. If that's the kind of philosophy you bring into your artwork, then business is going to seem like, not really what you want to be doing. And what I've discovered over time, and it has taken me a while, is that as honest as you're being in your artwork, you also need to be that honest in your business development, right? It needs to feel rich to you, like an interesting, compelling thing that you're doing. There's a lot of possibilities in it. So the question is not, are you good enough to have a business? It's, are you scrappy enough? Are you interested enough? Are you willing to risk enough that you're going to try things, that you're going to develop your own sense of what it is to get your work out into the world? There's lots of layers in there, but the main thing I want you to get here is that yes, artist, yes, business, entrepreneur. And there is a lot of fascinating stuff over here. So don't think that that's just the icky part that you have to do in order to be able to do this, the art. Both are interesting. If you want to be a professional artist, you have to actually engage both things. And you have to be willing to put in the work, but it's fascinating work if you do it in a way that is aligned with who you are. It's aligned with your values, aligned with your temperament, and aligned with your strengths. Both the art making and the business of art, or the entrepreneurial quality of art, need to be aligned. So are you good enough? Do you want to do it, is the question. And are you willing to put in like years? And I wouldn't even ask that question, really. It's like, are you compelled in this way? And if you are, then let's talk about what it's going to take to move in that direction. All right, Val Gilman, Taproot Arts and Insight. Talk to you later.